So I thought I'd make a short video tour of my altar. Okay, let's start with what I like to call Crowley Corner. So here's a photo of the great beast himself, looking young and dapper before the ravages of drug and sex addiction turned him into Buster Bloodvessel. This is Liber Valigis, the Thelemic Book of the Law. Depending on your point of view, it was either written by an interdimensional bloodborne boss named Iwas or Crowley himself when he was honeymooning in Egypt. Either way, it's a source of many famous Crowley quotes, such as, "Every man and woman is a star, do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law," and "Wow, this heroine is really Moorish." Inside this box is the Book of Thoth, the tarot deck commissioned by Crowley and illustrated by Frida Harris over the course of 5 years. It's a beautiful deck. I use it for self-reflection rather than any kind of scrying or divination. If you're interested in looking at these cards, I would encourage you to go and find a more detailed video on the Thoth Tarot, because the paintings that Lady Harris did for these 78 cards are really wonderful. Alright, so that's Crowley Corner. Just ignore the paintings. Over here is my dead dog, Minmay Vashta. I mean, where else would I put her burnt offerings but right here in the most powerful place in the house. It's not quite the most powerful. The most powerful place in the house is inside my PlayStation 5. I did put her in there, but her ashes clogged up the fan, so now she's here. This is a statue of a left hand. It was gifted to me. I don't particularly practice left-hand path magic unless I encounter someone who really, really deserves to be turned into a toad. Personally, I find the most potent and pleasurable unholy hacks are usually best undertaken with my right hand. Wanking. I'm talking about wanking. In the center here is the Baphomet in the form illustrated by Eliphas Levi in his Doctrine and Practice of High Magic. Baphomet is a symbol of balance and duality. It's not a god. It's certainly not the devil. It is a metaphor. One hand held upwards, one downwards, representing the Emerald Tablets mantra of "Et supra sic infra," that which is above, so it is below. On his lap sits the Hermetic Caduceus. We'll come back to Hermeticism and Hermes in a while. The alchemical concept of solve et coagula is on Baphomet's arms. Dissolve and coagulate, philosophically speaking, suggests that to create the new, one must first obliterate the old. There's actually so much symbolism in the Baphomet that one can make an entire video about it, and maybe I will at some point, but enough to say that despite its image being used in more recent times by Anton LaVey's Church of Satan and the Satanic Temple, there's nothing particularly satanic about the Baphomet. I mean, there's nothing particularly satanic about the Church of Satan and the Satanic Temple either, but anyway, surrounding the Baphomet are the 4 magical weapons: the wand, the cup, the disc, and the sword. These correspond to the 4 elements as well as the suites of the minor arcana in a tarot deck. My disc is a coin with the Eye of Horus, often associated with Thoth. I think I'm going to pronounce Thoth's name differently each time. Thoth, Thoth, Tot, Toth. Just don't call him Thot. Anyway, more on him in a moment. My cup is also my offering bowl. There's some dodgy stuff in there right now, so let's not dwell on that. Finally, a couple of statues. Thoth, Thoth, Egyptian god of writing, wisdom, and most pertinent to this, magic. Next to Thoth is Hermes, Greek god of trade and animal husbandry. Now, you might be asking, Miles, why these two? That seems a bit random. They're not even from the same pantheon. Well, long story condensed, but in the Hellenistic period within Greco-European culture, Thoth and Hermes were seen as kind of interchangeable. Actually, they merged Solve et Coagula, if you like, into the figure of Hermes Trismegistus, Hermes the thrice great, purported author of the Hermetica, the Corpus Hermeticum, the Emerald Tablet. And Hermes Trismegistus is the father of Hermeticism, as the name suggests. He almost certainly wasn't real, but he's still responsible for all of this. If it wasn't for him, you'd be staring at a table with a vase of flowers and a paperback copy of Eat, Pray, Love right now. All right, that's it. That's my altar. Now fuck off before I turn you into a toad.